Hey everybody, happy e-learning day. It's still Monday for me. But even though I miss you guys and I wish that we were together today, I know that you're probably just loving being at home in your PJs all curled up, and I'm so excited for you. So one thing I haven't told you about with our reading is that we're going to be doing flash debates again in 2 days. Remember when we did them a couple weeks ago? And you couldn't choose what side you were on. I chose the side for you, not necessarily the side that you want, but I was like, okay, Amalia, you're gonna be, against plastic, and or for plastic, and freaking out. But it's okay. You're gonna have right now. You have so much more information than you did the first time you did these flash debates. So I know you're prepared. I know you're ready for this. So you're gonna do that in your research groups. And I know that in your argument, you're going to want to make use of as many of these sources that you can possibly use, because you've been gathering research from all these different articles. And I'm sure you're like, I want to use all of this. But in order to be able to use it, that means you need to truly, truly know and be able to explain what the sources are saying. So remember, because this is not about what you think, this is about what the sources have said and how you're taking that information and you're applying it to your claim and to your reasons. So the thing is, a lot of people read a text, they read an article, they just jump right in with a criticism. They're like, oh no, I don't agree with this author. Don't agree with them. Like, they didn't even give the author a chance. They didn't even give the whole article a chance. Automatically you jump in. How many of you have done that? Mm-hmm. Me too. Guilty. But the thing is, in order to go into your research critically, you have to go in and say, okay, I'm going to read the whole entire article first, and then I can ask myself, what was it that the author was actually saying? So before you can critique a text, before you can actually say, I agree or I disagree with this author, you have to truly understand what the text was saying. That's the only way you can make a critique, is if you truly understood what the text was. So summarizing pushes you to be able to figure out what's most essential to understanding an actual article. So by essential, I mean, what are the most important parts? Once you have the understanding of the most important parts, then you can either say, I agree or I disagree. Right? So summarizing is going to help us do that. So today we're going to work on some of that summarizing. We're going to be in kind of like a boot camp. You know what boot camp is, like where you work out and you exercise. But instead of like exercise boot camp, we're going to be in summarizing boot camp. Are you ready? I know you are. So researchers around the world have found out that in order to make a summary, it's a bit complicated, right? It's not that simple. I can't just be like, hey guys, make a summary, and you're going to know exactly what I'm looking for. So summarizing is an art. It's a skill. It takes a lot of thinking. It takes critical thinking. It takes you paying attention to the details and being able to pick out, again, what is most important versus what's really not that important. So we're going to work on that today, and you're going to get to be an expert on summarizing. So one of the things you need to figure out is, like I said, you have to figure out what to include and what to leave out. Then you have to figure out how to reorganize or how to order all of the information. How to say things in your own words. Also important, because you're not stealing the words from the author, you're understanding what the author was saying and you're putting that into your own words. And so it's a bit complicated. The last part that you have to know about when you're going to summarize is you cannot change the meaning of what the original author was trying to say. And this is a tricky one, because sometimes we read something and then we automatically have our own thoughts. But when you're summarizing, you're not talking about you. You are literally just reading somebody else's work. You're picking out the important parts, and then you're taking those and you're putting them into your own words, but you're not changing the meaning of what the author was originally trying to say. Very important. All right, so today I want to teach you that when authors summarize arguments, they use their own words to express the most essential parts of the writer's argument. Most essential parts. The central claim, the central idea, and then the main points that they're trying to make. Which you could kind of think of this as their claim and their main points. Not necessarily their reasons, but their main points that they're trying to make. All the while being careful to not change the meaning of the original author's purpose, okay? So the thing is, right now, I'm going to be giving you a text, and I linked the text on Google Classroom. So in a minute, I'm going to have you go to Google Classroom and pull up this text online. And we're all going to read this text. I'm going to read it to you now. We're going to read this text together. And when you're listening, I want you to be listening for the most important ideas and the key details, okay? The thing is, you're going to do that same kind of work today. You're going to be doing that as you go off and work independently, but we're going to try to do it together first. An argument usually has a big claim, as you know, and it usually has major points or smaller supporting ideas to support that claim. And you guys know that as authors as well, because you've been writing argumentative essays and you've been reading them, so you kind of understand from both perspectives how that works. So I'm going to read the text to you out loud. So I want you to go there because I want you to have it in front of you while I'm reading it to you. And then listen for the big claim or the big idea and some major points or some smaller supporting ideas. Okay, so pause me, put me on pause, go to Google Classroom and find the article that I linked to you specifically for today's lesson.